Good afternoon, this is Jeff with Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 3600 South Shore Boulevard here in Lake Oswego. We are located, it's hard to describe here because I can't figure out where the actual front of this house is, but we're in the area here, the little courtyard with the water feature. So right up against the inside corner here, right through that window is the kitchen sink. Right below this we have a 4-inch ABS cleanouts hiding under a water meter box. Anyhow, we're going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. We do have water currently running, and we're going to zero out the foot counter right at the bottom of the cleanout. And the line transitions from ABS to cast iron immediately upon access. Hey, we have a Y connection tying in here, which could be a lot of different things. First guess would be a storm drain connection tying in there. Could also be a second branch of pipe coming out of a different portion of the house. We'll try and figure that out. When we come back, we'll run water from the other end of the home and see if it ties in there or not. And then feasibly, it could be some type of party line connection with the neighbor. I don't see that much in Lake Oswego, at least over the years I haven't. And this is pretty cool to have this much cast iron pipe. It's unusual. It's a far better pipe product that would normally be in this area of home. Typically, the cast iron ends about 5 feet out of the foundation, and you have concrete or clay pipe, which does not hold up nearly as well as cast iron does. We're making a transition here over to what appears to be ABS plastic. Now back to cast iron. They may have had to do a spot repair there at some point. And then now it appears that we have just gone into concrete pipe. This might still be ABS. There's some staining on the side here that makes it look like concrete, but the top of the pipe is black. It's kind of a trickier one to tell. And or it could be newer cast iron. Cast iron, when it's right out of the box, has a black coating on the inside of it. It usually just wears off over time, and it always looks rusty red like this. The pipe we're going into right now is definitely concrete pipe. You can see the difference here. It looks like concrete all the way around. And we have reached the main lateral connection here at 126 feet. We're going to let the whole line drain out here for a few moments. As far as flow goes, the line has great flow. We'll get a better condition of the pipe here in a moment once the pipe is all drained out. Where we attempted to locate there, not having any luck. Based on the hard dive this line did at the end, I think it's probably going out to the canal. A lot of the houses out here on the lake and the canal, there's a main that runs underneath the lake and canal areas, and a lot of the houses go out that direction. But the line did a very hard dive at the end, which is what makes me think it's going out there. But I can only get so far out. My locator just won't do anything. Once it's way out into the river, I can't locate it at all. Yeah, the pipe we're in right now would appear to be concrete, as best I can tell here. It's got the grittiness and the color that concrete has. So we're gonna pull the camera back here about 40-50 feet and try and relocate so we can get an idea of where the line is going. There's a little dangly item right up ahead of the camera here at that pipe joint. That is just a cobweb. That's not a root intrusion coming through there. Alright, so yeah, you can see the stark difference between the cast iron and that pipe material. So that does appear to be concrete. It's kind of a Franken line. It's got a lot of different pipe materials that switch back and forth. And Franken line is not a technical term. That's what I call them, because they're kind of like Frankenstein. Parts and pieces of all kinds of different stuff. Yeah, so this stuff here, it's got the color of ABS almost. It's kind of a black color, but it's got some grittiness to it. I think this may actually be newer cast iron pipe. That's what it would appear to be. As best I can tell, is black plastic usually is much smoother than that. Now we're going to try and relocate here at 80 feet, see if we can't find the sewer or the camera. Alright, still not having any luck here. I'm going to bring it back in a ways and try again. At 126 feet, that puts that line way the heck out from the house. So it's either across the entire river to get to the main or the canal. It's also possible it's traveling through someone else's property to get to a main. And one really important thing when it comes to cast iron, if you're going to have an old pipe product, cast iron is the stuff to have. But it does develop a rust layer on the inside of it that becomes kind of rough and jagged, to a certain extent anyway. So things like paper towels, tampons, flushable wipes, all that stuff, you really, really want to avoid it from going down a line that is all cast iron like this. Those are all items that really shouldn't be going down your line to begin with, but plastic pipe handles them much better than cast iron. Those items tend to snag up in cast iron fairly easily. So just make sure you're putting just toilet paper down the line, ideally. Alright, finally found the line here. It's quite the pathway it takes. I'll try and describe it with the camera when we pull it out. But right now, if you're standing at the back doors that face out to the canal area, looking out towards the canal, the line ends up going down. There's two... I guess there's really only one staircase, but we're to the side of the staircase. There's a little waterfall that runs right along the staircase that leads down to the dock. Where I'm locating there appears to be down at the bottom of that, right before the line levels out. So it does appear that the line is going out to the canal. Beyond that point, I can't locate much better. So you can pull records to verify that, but based on everything I've seen here, the distance this line goes, it looks like it's going out to a main in the canal. That's quite the pathway to get out there, though. Here's this Y connection. I'm going to see if I can locate where this is at here. Alright, so it would appear here the line travels under, it comes out from the house through this clean out. Looks like it immediately turns and goes right back underneath the house again here in the living room TV area. Where I located there is just outside the home, facing out to the back area to the canal, right next to the barbecue. So this may be an addition that they built over the top of the line. But that Y that comes in there is going to be either a storm connection or potentially just another branch of pipe coming off the house. The way that that's arranged there does not appear to be a party line or anything weird like that. I may have had the microphone turned off just now. I apologize if I'm repeating myself. So here's your clean out. There's your kitchen window where the sink is at. So the line comes out from the house, makes a turn, goes right underneath the living room area and out the other side, and then meanders its way down towards the canal. And we have good flow throughout the entirety of the line. Both the cast iron and concrete portions of the pipe all appear to be in good condition. The sewer line is functioning properly at this time. And again, I apologize if I'm repeating myself. I can't remember if I turned the microphone on the last time I spoke.